I'm Angelica, paralegal here. Can I get your name?
Hi, my name is John.
John.
Nice to meet you.
Can I offer you anything to drink before we start?
No, that's good, thanks.
So first I'm going to ask you to tell me what brought you in today. Secondly, I'm going to ask you some more specific questions. And finally, I'll tell you a plan moving forward. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Great. So tell me what brought you in today.
Well, me and my spouse are getting separated, and I'm concerned about our financial situation, as I have a daughter named Amy.
Okay, so first off, tell me, how did the relationship start?
Well, 7 years ago, I had a wife, and unfortunately she passed away 2 years ago. Basically, back in January of 2009, I used to play for the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra concert, and that's where I met my current partner, Terry. Basically, she was a friend of the Symphony Society, so that's how we kind of got to know each other. So then, yeah, we got married just 2 months later. And that was it.
And what was the relationship like throughout the relationship together?
Well, she was always pretty busy. At first, she didn't have a job, so she would stay at home and look after my daughter for a while, which was great. So I could continue to my passion of playing violin. But she kind of started to get a little bored and wanted to do something with herself, so she opened up a business, and it started to really take off. So she wasn't around as much. She started working long days, and, most of the days of the week.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about the relationship during that part?
No, I don't think that's about that right now.
Okay, so can you tell me how the relationship ended?
Well, she was working so many days a week, and basically she had to go out to Nova Scotia in Halifax because her dad got sick and was gonna pass away soon. So she went over there to go see him. And then, after a couple of weeks after he eventually passed away, she did come home. And she said that it kind of gave her a bit of a revelation that she wanted to move back to Nova Scotia to be with her mom, so her mom wasn't alone. So it wasn't really something that I could take into consideration right now, because I have my daughter and she goes to school. And it's just not something that I can really do right now.
So do you think there's any way you will get back together?
No, as far as I'm concerned, the relationship is over.
Great. Is there anything else about the ending of the relationship?
Not that I can think of right now.
Great. So can you tell me about your daughter, Amy?
Yeah, she is 8 years old. She goes to school in the local school here in town. She likes to read books, and she already have a fantastic relationship with Terry. She is a bit of she was always at work, so I never really got too close with her. So yeah, that's not too much about it.
Can you describe the relationship your daughter had with you?
We're really close. I mean, I do a little bit of work as a violin teacher, and I still play every now and then for the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. But for the most part, that means that I'm fairly available to spend a lot of time with her, so we're quite close.
Can you tell me, does your child have any special needs or anything?
No, she doesn't have any special needs, no.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about your child and your soon-to-be ex-spouse?
Nothing off the top of my head right now.
So what do you do for a living?
Basically, I make money by being a violin teacher, as well as play for the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra.
And your spouse, what do they do?
She has her own business. Basically, she's wanting to sell it so she can move back to Nova Scotia. So at this time, I don't really know what she's doing. I haven't spoken to her since we kind of separated. I know that she was in the process of selling it because she wanted to open up a business very similar in Nova Scotia.
Okay, can you tell me about the income, your income, and your spouse's?
And she was the one that made most of the income. Playing a concert once in a while, they give me a fixed $1,500 every time I played. But the concerts went very common. I made about $50,000 last year, but the concerts aren't as frequent this year, so I'm going to try to make a little less than that next year. I make about $20,000 in tuition as well, but the majority of the income came from the business that Terry opened. It was quite a popular business.
Great. So can you tell me about your expenses?
Yeah, I do know a little bit about what we have right now. I mean, our rent is currently about $1,100. We spend $750 in food. And daycare is $300 a month. All in all, I think with all my other bills included, we'll be spending about $3,000.
Is there anything else you can tell me about your income or expenses?
No, I think that was everything about my income.
Can you tell me about your assets? Can you tell me about your assets or businesses together?
So she was the sole owner of the business, so I didn't have any share in the business at all. So she basically, it was her business to take care of, and she was the one that worked there 7 days a week. She probably worked about 10 or 12 hours most days. So I didn't get to spend too much time with her very much, but she was had all the responsibility for that.
Can you tell me about any assets you had yourself?
I don't really have too much in the way of assets. I have some furniture. I have an old Dodge from 2005. That's really all that I have. There was a savings account, a joint savings account actually. We put equal payments in it, which said that once she left, that I could just have it to use it for whatever I needed during the separation.
Great. Can you tell me more about the savings account? Did you each put, how much money did you each put in per month?
We probably put in about $500 a month each, and by the time it was about $10,000 in total in there, so we probably put in a total of about $5,000 each.
Great. Is there anything else you want to tell me about your assets together? Or?
No, that was it. She pretty much had everything else.
So you said that her dad was sick, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, he just wasn't very well. He was quite old, so it wasn't unexpected. This was about, say, 2 months ago now that this happened. And yeah, he was quite unwell for a little while, so I think it was just kind of more of it was his time, his natural causes.
So can you tell me of any inheritance that you or your spouse received?
She didn't ever mention any inheritance of me, so I don't know of any of that that was left behind or anything like that. I certainly didn't see it if she did. So.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Dad?
No, that was pretty much it. He lived in Nova Scotia, over in Halifax. That's it.
Great. So before we adjourn, is there anything else you'd like to discuss about the breakup or anything?
I can't think of anything else. I mean, That was pretty much everything. It's just more concerned about the money and the finances right now. So I just wanted to make sure that I covered all my bases to make sure that I was on the right track.
Great. So I would like to make an appointment with a lawyer for you. How does next Thursday work? At the same time?
Next Thursday at the same time sounds great.
Great. And if you could bring in some documents on your income, and if you could get your spouses at all, and any business documents for the business, that'd be really helpful. Is there anything else you need today?
No, I won't be able to get my spouse's information as we haven't been in discussion. I don't know where she is, but I can absolutely bring it with mine.
Great. Perfect. Well, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
I'll show you the way out.
Good, thanks.